How's it going, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision. In today's video, we're going over some incredible knives that range between $30 and $100. While we get started, let us know down in the comments what your EDC is today. We're going to kick the video off with the Tenable Knives Model 6. This knife comes in right around the $60 price point, and I will have this and every other knife you see in the video here today linked down below in the description. This knife comes in right around $60. They have several variations ranging from $55 to $65. The carbon fiber version that you see here is $65, and yes, that is a full piece of carbon fiber. This is not laminate. We are looking at 14C for our blade steel. Nice, beautiful satin finish. We have titanium thumb discs here. Nice sharpening choil. Could be better, but it's not too shabby. We have a deep carry clip that is reversible. We have a backspacer with an integrated lanyard hole there, and the crossbar lock action is really nice on this thing. Those thumb discs work very well. That sheep split style blade is going to be an awesome utility style knife and just a good everyday cutter. Going to fill out the hand very nicely, and for $60 or an average of $60, not going to break the bank. The next knife we are taking a look at is the SRM 255 PKT Gear Exclusive, and I have fallen in love. I've always loved the 255, and they have just reiterated and reiterated on this knife. And PKT Gear, they're a newer website, and they're starting to accumulate a nice little selection over there. Initially just started off with the 255 here, and we have micarta for our handle material, a deep carry reversible clip, micarta backspacer with a lanyard post. We are looking at SRM's crossbar lock, which they do a fantastic job on their crossbar lock. Nice strong spring in there, and then you have those ceramic ball bearings around the pivot, which is going to give you that buttery smooth close. We also have glow-in-the-dark thumb studs here on the tips, and we are looking at 140 CR 14 MOV 3NB powder stainless steel. And this is used in applications where high hardness, wear resistance, and strength are required. And yes, that is right from the website. And this is an equivalent, they are saying, to S35VN. So if that's the case, that is very impressive, because these are coming in right around $70 for the micarta variant. They do have other versions in shredded carbon fiber and other carbon fibers, G10s. So they range in price from like $50 to $120. The micarta variant here, though, at $70, that is a awesome deal in my opinion. Next up, we have the Real Steel Iris Brothers, and you're going to get a 2-for-1 on this because there's two different irises. You have a front flipper version and you have a rear flipper version. That is going to be the only difference across the board. Now, ergonomics and all that sort of thing will be a little bit different between the two, because with one, you don't have the flipper to deal with. The other, you do have a flipper. So depending on how you like to deploy your knives and that sort of thing would be a great way to kind of decide on which one. But as far as the deployment goes for each, they are really nice, and I've been hitting that one pretty hard to check out the 12C27 that Real Steel uses, because they do use it on various models, but I have never had it. So I really wanted to get a feel for it, and so far, it really just reminds me of 14C28N. I mean, they are brother steels, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. These are nice drop point, gentleman style carries, wire pocket clip that's going to be reversible. You have great access to the liner there, great detent on these knives, and you're looking at 12C27, like I said. And not only are these really well done, if you just need a knife, you don't need any of the, bells and whistles, all that sort of thing. This is a perfect example of just, you need a knife that's going to do well for you. $35 for these, and I think with my coupon code, they go down even a little bit lower, closer to $30. So To get that for around $30, 12C, textured G10, reversible clip, solid action and detent. Very good pricing from Real Steel. Next up, we're taking a look at the Holtzman Sentinel here. Now, hear me out on this. These come in around 60 to 65, and if you get it off the website, you can use my coupon code, which will take it down a little bit more, or you can get it off Amazon. I think they're at 65 on Amazon, and I know on their website they have a crazy price listed, and then the sale price. I don't know what that's about, but what I do know is this knife has been extremely solid for me. We're looking at D2 with a black washed kind of drop point harpoon style blade, and we have a large cutout here with a front flipper, nice jimping up the front there, and the detent on this thing is beautiful. Doesn't feel like anything was neglected between the cutout and the front flipper. The G10 is really nice, really well done, sculpted in all the right places. We are looking at a deep carry, right hand only pocket clip that is recessed along with the screws. And they do include this cool Holtzman bead here, the Gorilla head, Holtzman Gorilla. Good access to that liner with a chamfer. I would say, and Holtzman, look it up. I've tested a bunch of their fixed blades in the D2. They do a phenomenal job on their D2. If you're someone who likes D2 steel, which I'm a fan of well done D2, and Holtzman provides that. To pick that up around $60 for a solid build, I think that's a pretty good deal. I know we're used to seeing 14C and some other stuff in that, but for really well done D2, you know, no, it's not $30, but knives that are in D2 that are at $30 most of the time are junk. So, you know, there is a little bit of trade-off here, and I know some people out there much prefer D2 over 14C. So, kind of leave that lay as it may fall, right? Next up, we're taking a look at the beautiful Fintizo Apollo here. These come in right now, full retail at $70. And for $70, you're going to be getting contoured, sculpted aluminum handles that have a beautiful finish on them. We have a cutout and rear flipper along with a fuller for deployment. Nice snappy detent and very good closing action. Still completely centered up. Nice sharpening choil there. And we have that nice pokey drop point blade. Love this knife. It is extremely comfortable in my hand. We have a deep carry, right hand only pocket clip that is recessed along with the screws. Wish it was right hand, and I wish they would just revisit this pocket clip just a little bit, and you could easily make this a straight clip that would fit on both sides, but they are a new company, 2022 I think, and you know, growing pains is a real thing, but they have done a tremendously good job over the last year and a half or so. Good access to that liner, and you can often catch Fintizo's knives on a 10-20% discount. Now, I do have a discount code for their website, so that would knock a little bit additional off, but I will list both the Amazon and the website down below, and then you can kind of find which price is best for you if you see something that you like. And I don't ever see anyone talking about this knife anymore, but I absolutely love the Kaiser Bulldog. This thing is bad to the bone, baby. 154 cm, beautiful modified sheep's foot blade in a satin finish. The 154 that Kaiser does is amazing. We have thumb studs for the deployment. They're well placed. Nice, strong crossbar lock, as always, from Kaiser. It is adjustable, of course. We have a deep carry clip that is recessed and is reversible. We do have steel liners in there that are recessed and skeletonized. And this is just a fantastic EDC utility style knife. Even having XL hands, I fit on this thing very, very comfortable. We have a double set of jimping off this nice long row. We have a second row down here. So it is beautiful for someone like me. I love index type cuts and I love being choked up. So it just works really, really well. These are going to come in right around $70, and I think that price fits this knife so well. The Kaiser Bulldog, don't overlook this knife. Next up, of course, we got to talk about it, the Miguron Valona M, and this is the second iteration of the Valona, so this is a little bit smaller than the original, and for some people, or a lot of people, I think more manageable than the original. The original is quite a bit larger than this one here. I love them both. We are looking at 14C 28N steel with a beautiful satin finish on that drop point blade. We have a fuller on both sides that you can use and access, as well as a rear flipper, and that is tuned very nicely. Sharpening choil is not too shabby at all. That detent is so damn good. We have a crown spine here, and it thickens back up. It thins out and then thickens back up, and it just looks awesome. We have steel liners here with textured G10, a milled titanium pocket clip, G10 backspacer, and all of that for under $50. Miguron, man, do they do such a good job at putting out a high value folding knife. Comfortable, well done, drop point blade in 14C, kind of a do-it-all EDC knife, especially under $50. The Trivisa Hornet has blown me away. This is Trivisa's most recent introduction back into the crossbar lock, and did they kill it? 14C 28N, there's a ton of different versions of this, micarta, aluminum, and a ton of different flavors in between. The price tag is going to be all over the place, but this one's right around $65. And we have that coated drop point blade in 14C, nice sharpening choil, little bit of jimping on the spine, dual thumb studs for deployment. We do have a steel frame with aluminum over the top, and we have this textured G10 inlay, and boy, does it work so good. This fills the hand out very nice. We have a deep carry clip that is recessed along with the screws, and it is going to be reversible for our left-handed brothers and sisters out there. Trivisa keeps putting knives like this out. They are going to be competing heavily with anyone else in this market. If you want to stay under $50, the Sencut Arc Blast here, I think this is a great option. I know we've had some that come in 14C. This comes in 9CR 18 MOV, which is a fine steel, especially at $45. Sencut does it very well. I love this knife. Nice, tall 9CR drop point blade. We have dual thumb studs, and we have a rear flipper here. Very, very nice button lock action from Sencut here. We have aluminum handles. They are flat, but the edges are chamfered heavily, giving it a good feel in the hand. If you have XL sized hands, this will most likely fit beautifully in the hand. We do have a deep carry clip that is not going to be recessed. It's surface mounted, but the screws are, and it is going to be reversible for our left-handed brothers and sisters out there. $45 for this knife, full-size beast. I am here for this type of knife all day long. It would be a great option. Oh, and you betcha, baby, it's on the list. The Artisan Cutlery Satir, baby. RPM 9, satin finished, cut out for deployment, titanium handle, frame lock. We have milling all the way around on both sides. Deep carry steel rollover clip that is surface mounted. It is going to be reversible for lefty brothers and sisters out there. Incredible detent, and guess what? Titanium, RPM 9, $90 for this thing, which is a fantastic price tag. This is a full-size knife. It's not a mini-me or nothing like that. This is a great size. RPM 9 has proven to be a fine steel. Similar to 9CR, 10CR, and maybe even a little bit better in the toughness department. So not too shabby at all, and you mix that with a titanium handle and keep the price tag under $100. I am here for this type of knife all day long because some people are just fine with the RPM 9 and they're looking for that premium handle, and Artisan is giving everyone a way to accomplish that. And next up, we got the O-Knife U1 Pro. And the Pro is just as badass as the U1, but in this case, we have a bit driver hiding in the tail end of this one. Beautiful micarta here for our handle material. We do have a steel chassis in there holding everything together. We are looking at a button plunge lock for our bit driver here, our micro bit driver, magnets inside. It'll take any double bit, and it does come with 2 double-headed bits here, and that seems to hold up very well in there. Can't really flick it out. But on the other hand, we have one of the best utility blades for the price, in my opinion. It's going to give you the most exposed edge out of all the ones that I've come across. You still get the easy switch around there, or switcheroo. You just unscrew that, pull the blade out, put the new one in, tighten it back up, and you're good to go. You have the great feeling with the thumb studs, so you feel like you are manipulating a real folding knife. At this point, this type of knife makes me feel like there's absolutely no reason that anyone, anywhere, should be traveling without a knife. These are lightweight. These are very versatile. They're fun. They're $35, and you have that added bit with the bit driver back there. I think coming out with this and revising it with that bit driver is a game changer for some people. I mean, I'm someone who carries around a pry bar that is able to keep a bit driver in the butt end of it. So having this with the utility blade almost knocks that pry bar out for me personally. You'll have to let me know, what was your favorite knife from today's list? I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It helps push this video out there to more people. If you're new to my channel here and you enjoy this type of content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release videos just like this every single day. I'd love to have you here. I'll put up a couple of new videos on your screen. YouTube is recommending you go check one of those out right now. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.